architects have to become more than just designers of two-dimensional facades or three-dimensional architectural objects. We have to become designers of ecosystems, systems of both ecology and economy that channel not only the flow of people through our cities and buildings, but also the flow of resources like heat, energy, waste, and water into these sort of perpetual motion engines that sort of stop seeing our presence, like the human presence on planet Earth, as a sort of detrimental to our ecosystem, but actually tries to sort of integrate and incorporate our consumption patterns and our leftovers into our natural environment. We thought that instead of having this sort of traditional dichotomy of the politicians inside and the public outside, we would sort of hover the city hall above the ground, allowing the public to invade the ground floor in what we call the public service marketplace, where they can interact with the public servants and even sort of see the politicians at work. We called it the public village, because it's essentially like an accumulation of all of the different departments have their own building. They sort of they sort of merge to form a sort of a single consolidated village. In one place, we invited the people of Thailand to sort of access the roof and enjoy the panorama of the surrounding city. And finally, in the master plan, they wanted a tower, because like in Europe, it's hard to imagine a city hall without a tower. So we thought, like, what are we going to do with the tower? We thought, like, why don't we place the city council inside the tower? So we created this incredibly generous space for political reflection. The ceiling is made as a giant mirror, so that when the politicians have to make difficult decisions, all they have to do is look up, and they get this sort of periscopial overview of the city that they're actually messing with. But as a sort of side effect, when the angry citizens gather to demonstrate, they get this sort of perfect insight. They can see, you know, if politicians are missing, if they're sleeping, if they're playing Angry Birds. So we called it the democratic periscope that combines political overview with public insight. And to our extreme luck, the city council liked the idea, and we're now building this sort of architectural realization of radical political transparency